welcome to Stand on the Media. Salute to my Stand on the Media family for always supporting. Salute and welcome. If you're new to the channel, man, salute and welcome. Do me a favor though, click the like button, subscribe to this channel, like this video, leave me a comment. I comment back. I want to get up there in that algorithm. Hit the notification bell. You will be notified whenever we drop those videos. And again, thank you. So listen, I like to get right to it. So let me just give you a rough draft for really what we about to be touching on. So I did get a chance to listen to the whole Big U interview with Willie D live conversations. Go check that out. It's at the Willie D. Let me make sure I'm saying it correctly. The Willie D live conversation YouTube. I'm assuming podcast. So go check them out on Willie D live. Beautiful interview, by the way. I'm surprised that this interview isn't being chopped up and circulating through the universe and on the YouTube universe or the YouTube streets, because he touched on a lot of positive things. A lot of structure is in this conversation. He does a lot of educating in this conversation. There's a lot of awareness in this conversation. He wakes up the COINTELPRO activities that is going on in our community, where they have these internet personalities / police informants who are policing our people, keeping us confused and dazed and not knowing what the heck is going on. And it makes a lot of sense if you are a strong militia who is trying to keep a certain people down. Us, the urban community. It makes sense to throw at us our people that look like us, talk like us, dress like us, who used to be from the communities that we come from, who talk the language, the whole thing, right? It makes perfect sense to use these people against us, to keep us confused, to keep us dazed, to keep us from progressing and growing further. So, with that being said, I'm not going to over talk it. I already did too much talking. Let's get to it and let Big U break it down the best way Big U knows how to do it. The only way, the real way. Let's go. Stand on the media.
Me growing up in LA and going back and forth to Chicago, I seen a little bit of how they had way more structure than the Crips and Bloods had.
Willie D Live.
And then if you put that in play, the things that imperialized in our mind was Superman was white. Our teachers, our first educators was white. Everything about the greatness of America was white. You know what I mean? And we the people that just up from slavery. So it was hard, and it's still hard for us to see people naturally who are taught to hate each other, not see that hatred. We could walk by an incident and we see a black man being accosted, we automatically in our mind gonna think, oh, he did something. Where in white people's mind, who haven't grown up with that dogma of self-hatred that's been instilled from our parents, coming from where they come from, unbeknownst to them, they don't grow up with that. So they naturally want to get involved. Like, what does he do? They're gonna ask what he do. Well, us, we gonna keep it moving out of fear of it happening to us. 2, out of, well, he may have done something. You know what I mean? So this is something that was instilled in us. And me, myself, coming in the culture, when Crippin' and Bloodin' started, I'm a baby of that. And it was babies who started it. You know what I mean? Like, this Crippin' thing wasn't started by no dudes who was 40, 50 years old who had an idea on how this thing should go. And me growing up in LA and going back and forth to Chicago, I seen a little bit of how they had way more structure than the Crips and Bloods had. They had way more structure, daily laws, they had daily rules, they had a structure of captains and lieutenants. So when you was dealing with the GDs and the gangsters, it was structure there. When it came to us in the Crips and Bloods, remember, we were started by babies. You know, the first dudes was in their teens. The ideal of it was something to be great, but the people who started didn't have a chance to make it grow into what they wanted it, or they seen it can grow, or maybe we can grow into it. And now you get the powers that be to get involved now. They earmark it. the FBI, the COINTEL, and they say, okay, this is what we need to prevent from growing, but we need to help grow at the same time. You know what I mean? Like we need this to.
Did you catch what he said? We to help grow and to prevent growing at the same time. Double-edged sword.
Grow because of the poison it'll become to black people, and how this thing will go out and kill millions and millions of black men across the globe. You know what I mean? So when we look at what it became and the damage it done, then we looking in hindsight, not even withstanding what guides us, and we looking at it right now. Look at the internet right now. I'm a black man, you a black man, trying to do something positive. I'm not preaching killing, gang banging, stealing, robbing, none of that. But you got suckers who on the internet all day long who talk about me, Jay, all the brothers who doing something positive, who constantly go with swords searching for us. This ain't no accident. It's the same thing you talking about. They just not beating us in the streets no more. They just not jumping out the car and pistol whooping us and taking us, dragging us off. They doing it diabolically. You got them right now, they searching out any black man who's doing something positive. How is that? When I could be doing what I used to do, putting guns in kids' hands, telling kids go rob this, go do this, go steal this, go do that. You know what I mean? So it's still happening. It's just happening in a different way. And it's still controlled by these same people we talking about.
Let me just stop right there, because this is a reaction channel. These are my opinion, my views, satire, all that good stuff. Don't come for me. Just giving my opinion. But let me just wake something up. Let's just say, and let me just say on the record, I do not think Big U ever told on anybody ever in his life. No one can show proof of that. Just hearsay. I do not believe this man has ever told. But let's just say, hypothetically speaking, Big U did do some telling, right? Does that outweigh the good he has done in the community since the time he came home? Black people, I want you to answer. That's more of a rhetorical question, but I still want you to question and answer that to yourself. If he did, hypothetically speaking, what these other dudes is on the internet saying Big U did. He did some telling, he did some snitching, he ain't kept it gangster, he ain't this, he ain't that. And I'm talking to the gentlemen that are really my age, but even to the younger generation. Does that outweigh the good that he has done since he's been home for over 20 years and has done nothing but positivity, brought nothing but positivity to his community? Is he perfect? No. Did it go flawless? Absolutely not. But the crime rate in LA has come down. He'll tell you all the statistics all day long. Look them up yourself. Don't take my word for it. Do your research. If he did, hypothetically speaking, if he really did do some telling years ago, does that outweigh the greatness that he does in the black community, in the LA community, and worldwide abroad? The message that he pushes is nothing but positivity. I ain't heard Big U out here cripping, sea-walking, banged out, cussing people out on the internet, disrespecting the black women. None of that. I don't see any of that. And before y'all hit me with the SKG thing, we all know, and if you don't, then you just a dummy. That was a lineup by somebody else. We're not even going to mention that person's name. We all know. And he handled that flawlessly. But just ask yourself and answer that question. If that man if he did, hypothetically, do some telling, does that disqualify all the greatness he has done in the community to help our people? Let's go.
These dudes is moving with impunity. And I think the thing, I think it may have been when Trump was running his first term and he was running against Obama. Trump said, the internet.
He didn't run against Obama.
Who did he run against?
He ran against
He ran against Hillary first,
That was
and
Hillary.
then
Hillary Clinton.
Joe
No.
Biden.
Was that Hillary?
I think it
Joe
was Hillary.
Biden later. He
Who did Trump beat?
he beat Hillary. Then he beat.
That bomb beat.
Then he lost to Biden.
Whoever he was, I know they was talking about the strength of the internet and how
So Barack ran the distance, and then it was Hillary.
it was Hillary,
Yeah, it was Hillary.
and he beat Hillary.
Yeah.
So he beat two women.
Yeah. That's about right.
So my man had only fought women.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, and they was talking about the strength of the internet, and they was talking about how they need to get it. And we look at how involved Russia, China, and all these other people have been involved in the influence of this weapon, this internet, and how they're able to shape different things by putting poison out there in our young people's mind. This is our best, this is our most severe war to this day, even more than batons.
So I'm gonna give y'all another clip. That's pretty much the end of that clip. And what he's pretty much saying is the biggest weapon that our government has and has been using on the urban communities is social media, is the internet, right? Is with misinformation, with smoke and mirrors, with all that, right? Just imagine, you don't have to believe that those other guys are working. That's for you to live with. I know I can go to bed, lay my head on that pillow, rest easy, knowing that I may be a fool, but I ain't a damn fool. And I may have been born that night, but I wasn't born last night. I know what I'm seeing. I'm not dumb. But let's just say for the record, if let's say that they are, let's say that these dudes are what I'm saying that they are, or let's say you can still believe that they're not. I'm gonna say that they are. If they were, how would you do it? Like what would be a way that you would do it? What if you were an informant working on the internet? How would you do? Wouldn't it look a lot like these other guys? Wouldn't that be the perfect model? Be people that actually come from that area, right? Have a few people vouch for you, that you are from those areas. No different than what Charleston White did when he came down and got well acquainted with our life in LA and how we think and how we operate, just to leave and bash us and monetize off of it and throw it in our face and use it to bully. No different, right? How is that too far-fetched from what these other gentlemen are doing? How is that possible? How do you not see it? Like, how do you not see a correlation between the two and what this man is saying and what the government is doing to utilize social media to police us without batons and handcuffs and the brutality that they used to inflict on our people? It's cyber warfare. That's all it is. It's a different warfare, cyber warfare. It's to manipulate our people into what we're doing right now. And when they hear truth being spoken to power, that's when things get murky. You get the threats. But let's cover something else that Big U said in this interview. We're going to go to another part of the interview. Let's go.
I've been giving out food and feeding our community and having concerts and all that, toy drives, 20 years before anybody was doing it.
Salute to Willie D Live. Salute to him.
I taught classes in prison. I taught Islam in prison. I taught government. I taught business. That's what I taught in prison. So the dudes who did time with me, they know how I served it. And I fought with my people in prison, good or bad. You know what I mean? I fought, I stabbed, I did all that, and I made it home. You know what I mean? But I have no intentions on going back and servicing that ignorance that I serviced before. But now here I am right now. I still deal with the ignorant nomads of the COINTEL program that's still alive and thriving and that does not want to see black men help other black boys become men. This is really what we're dealing with. Because and I'm going to say it again, if I do not talk about you 24 hours a day and I don't bring you up, I do my thing, 90% of my time is helping my community, but my company, my business, you if I'm with you, Jay and whoever is the focus of all conversation. So at some point we got to embrace it. At some point we got to say, well, let me deal with it legally and move on.
So, what I think he's saying right there, let me ask you guys this, right? Do you see him on the internet going at these people, right? These people that you know go at him on a regular basis. Are you seeing Big U going out of his way to go at these dudes? Do you see Big U going out of his way to expose these dudes? Or do you see Big U in his community taking care of his community, doing his community work? If that's the case, then why are these dudes so adamant about going at him, going after him, and going to take Big U down? See, Big U represents, this is my belief, Big U represents that picture that Tupac, that Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, all the other older gentlemen that was leaders in our community envisioned, that we could have community leaders that represented nothing but the goodness from our community, that taught us that everything ain't about jacking each other, robbing each other, destroying our community, disrespecting each other, holding each other back. My daughter's home from school. It's an early school day, so y'all might hear in the background. Just ignore her. All the things that hold us back from growing, and I'm trying to find the right words to say, man, because this is a very personal topic for me, because I really understand where Big U is coming from, because that's where I think all of us should be, our mindset should be essentially like, we need to police us. We need to police our own community. And by doing that, we need to have some structure. We need to have somebody that's a leader who gets it, who can lead, who understands the landscape. And I think Big U is a person who represents not only that, but that it can work. Not only that it exists, but it can work and it can be successful. And when you see that, and you see other future leaders coming up, and they see that and they witness that, then they get encouraged that they can do that. And then what that does is breed other leaders and more successful urban people in our community that come from our community to help build our community. And that's when things get scary for these people that are in position to keep us down, because they don't want that from us, because then it's harder for them to control us. Why do they want to control us? Why? You know the answer. A lot of y'all know the answer to that. Fear. Fear that we would do to them what they have been doing to us for centuries. And Big U represents that. He exemplifies that. So they use these COINTELPRO dudes to go after him, discredit him, muddy him, dirty him up. If we can't get him off the street, then dirty him up. We don't want to give anybody any hope, any type of hope, any type of idea that we can have, that we can be black and be successful and not be out here killing each other, waking up in the morning, hating each other, and not getting along with each other. And they don't, that spells fear to them, to the elites. And that's what this man, I think, represents. And I think that's what they're scared of. And that's why I think they go after him and they're trying to tear him down. And what they're doing is using people who look like us, who talk like us, to go after that man. It's a bigger picture. And Big U has enough wisdom to see right through that. I won't interrupt no more. Let's go.
Frederick Douglass said that it's easier to build up strong children than to repair a broken man.
Alhamdulillah. I'm living that.
We get that, you know. You get that.
Mm-hmm.
That foundation that you have, developing options, that's important.
Yeah.
Talk about the work that you do.
Man, really, man, I live my life as an example on the change we can make. And I live my life as an example on the change that I have made and what we can do. Looking at Deion Henley is a prime example of what we do. I've been instrumental in helping not only my son, but 13 young men who have made it to the league.
Really?
Football, yeah.
13?
Yeah. Coming out of Crenshaw, yes, sir.
Damn.
Yes, sir.
All out of Crenshaw.
All out of Crenshaw through our Pop Winner program, through Robert Garrett, who was a Crenshaw high head coach.
Man, that's good, man.
Yeah.
Man, you trying to go to heaven or something?
Yes, yes, I am.
Man, that's all right there.
Yeah.
Man. That's all right.
Yeah, you thought
Man.
my son was the only one?
Yeah.
No, sir. I done helped in some kind of way and helped these young boys get to there from our area.
Oh man, that's
Yeah,
good,
and just the
man.
time,
That's
and just the 21 years I've been home.
Damn.
In just the 21 years I've been home. Yeah, I've been touching. I've been working. I didn't help put, without a doubt, without question, over 1,500 kids and boys in school, out of school. Yeah, we've been working. I've been working.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man,
Yeah, no wonder they don't like you.
right. Well, that's what I'm trying to tell
no
you.
wonder
It's
you
not.
got a target on your back.
Look, I've been doing
Yeah.
developing options. I started developing options. The actual name of it was Ex-Offenders Fellowship Network. And then we started doing business as a DBA as developing option. So I'm an actual nonprofit under Ex-Offenders Fellowship Network. That's what my number is. But I do business as developing option because when I first started it, there was another company with a similar name that had a lot of issues. So we ended up developing option, and I just as a name, but I'm a nonprofit under Ex-Offenders Fellowship Network. But I've been doing this 20-something years, bro. I was the first one, facts, to do the 3-day weekend with the concerts, the wellness. If you go back and look on the internet, you're going to see that I've been doing this 20 years. I've been giving out food and feeding our community and having concerts and all that, toy drives, 20 years before anybody was doing it. Yeah, before anybody. A lot of people would do certain different things. We got that from the OGs who was giving out chickens, all the original brother gangsters who was feeding their community. But I put it together, the concerts, you know. So I've been doing this for years. I ain't just started this in the last 10 years. I came home, and I made a promise that if Allah let me come home, I was going to be a help to my community.
That's pretty much the end of that clip. Just give me one. All right, my daughter was singing, so I had to pause it for a second. I didn't want y'all to want to sign her to no singing contract or nothing, but that was the end of that clip, right? And we gonna sum it up, and we're gonna end it like this. First, let's say, let me give a shout out to Willie D for the interview, for the content. Excellent interview. I encourage you guys to please go to Willie D Live Conversation, listen to the entire interview. Well worth the listen. I encourage you to if you got kids that is of age that can understand and comprehend, maybe you can help them through it. I encourage you to have them also listen. This is a family-esque interview, in my opinion. I'm definitely going to send this to both of my daughters and have them encourage them to listen to it. He touches on a wide range of things in this interview. Salute to Big U for everything he does. And like I said, I don't think Big U is perfect, not by a long shot. But guess what? I know I'm not. There's not a person that I know walking this earth that is perfect. And if people say, oh man, that man got you fooled because he really be doing a lot of this and that and this and that. Well, this is what I'll say to that. I'll take him over somebody who's just pillaging from our community. Because them other people that you know y'all run out there and support, go ahead, tell me what they doing for the community. Better yet, tell me what they're doing for their own community. Don't worry, I'll wait. No, take your time. Go do your Googles and come back and tell me what is it that these other dudes are doing for their community. See, Big U not just doing for his community, he's doing for a lot of different communities. So, you know, if I am bamboozled by a couple of different things, hell, I'm okay with that. Because the message that he's pushing out there, the example that he is setting out there, is one I can live by and stand by. You understand what I'm saying? And I encourage y'all to, too. It's time to wake up, people. If you my age, and like I said, I'm 43. If you around my age, you got kids, you got grandkids, this the message that you need to be out here promoting and supporting and standing behind. Because pretty soon you're going to wake up, you ain't going to be here no more. Then what? It's time to teach them now. Stop falling for the foolishness and stop supporting the wicked on this internet. These dudes who don't service our community whatsoever, who are self-serving. When a person say you are a scavenger, someone who exploits the culture, extorts the culture, that ain't just always somebody white. Yeah, it's people that look just like us, talk just like us, that's doing the same exact thing right in our face. And we act like we don't know it. Or it's so entertaining that we don't care to want to know it. Or it's not personally being done to us. So I'm going to just overlook it and I'm not even going to comment on it. My platform would never be used for anything other than what's right. And I stand on that. Stand on the media. I want to say thank you to everybody that watched this video, everybody that chimed in, who stayed this long and listened to me go on about this. This is something that I'm extremely passionate about because I always want to pass it forward and see our people, as a culture, move forward and upward and upward and upward, whether from here or not. And that's something I can definitely stand behind. If you're new to the channel, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment in the comment section. I definitely will respond back to your messages. Hit that notification bell. You will be notified whenever I drop videos. We definitely have a Discord. The Discord numbers are really going up. Thank you to everybody that supports the Discord. A new link will be in the description. Click that link, join the Discord, follow me on social media. My Instagrams will be in the description also. Send me anything that you get, man. I appreciate those that do send me the information. Denver, salute to you, my God, always keeping me up to date and in good conversations on Instagram, man. So I appreciate you. And I got you in the Discord, so salute to that. And if anything else, you know, you want to reach out to me on both. Instagram, Discord, I'm in both, even on Clubhouse in District 13. Salute to my District 13 family. And like I always say, on that note, I'll see you on the other side. Straight no chaser, stand on the media, District 13, and we out. Thank you.